Hi guys, it's Faye and welcome to my channel. So as you saw from the title, I'm going to be doing the AuthorTube Newbie tag as a YouTube newbie as well, so hopefully it goes well. So I found out about AuthorTube because I was doing a deep internet dive into looking at like writing tips, craft tips, just kind of like ideas, and you know, when I was starting my novel, just going through all those bits. And then I came across the YouTube channel of the lovely Alexa Dunn, kind of opened my eyes that there was a whole YouTube family community about, you know, AuthorTube. So I primarily write in fantasy, though I do enjoy sci-fi as well. But yeah, I've tried sci-fi and it's kind of tripped me up a bit, so I feel like sci-fi needs more, it's got more strict rules to sci-fi, whereas fantasy, it's kind of like you make the rules, and as long as you stick to your own rules, you know, and who doesn't love being in a fake world where anything's possible? So I prefer writing in first person and present tense, so it's almost as if I'm living through my main character. And I write mostly in YA. I do also like writing adult, but it's primarily YA. So I am a recovering plotter. I used to plot everything. Like, I would have these character sheets where it would have their name, their date of birth, their country of origin, their, you know, even if it's made up country, you know, their background story, what their childhood was like, what their favourite drink is, their favourite food, you know, literally everything down to a T. I had down, you know, what their mother's maiden name was, you know, how many siblings they had. Though actually siblings make sense. But you know what I mean, I would plot everything. I'd have like an overview of my story from start to finish. I'd have these chapter breakdowns which had everything in the that was going to happen in the chapter bullet pointed. So I pretty much, it got to the point where I'd planned so much that when I actually was writing it, I was like, well, I'm bored of it now because I've already written all this down. So I'm now trying pantsin, because I can't imagine being a pantser. You know, credit to you guys, because I would lose my mind, honestly. So yeah, I'm trying pantsin now and hopefully it goes well. Technically I am published, but it was a poetry book, one of those compilation books, and I was put forward for it in primary school. So, and I don't really write poetry, I don't know why I was put forward for it, but hey ho, you know, it's out there somewhere. But otherwise I'm yet to be published for, you know, an actual novel. So I haven't really done much research into, you know, publishing companies, literary agents or anything yet. My plan at the minute is to finish a book. So I don't really want to do all that research before I've got something to give, do you know what I mean? So on my channel I was planning on doing more like process videos. As much as I find how-to videos so helpful, I don't feel like I'm in a position where I can give people advice. You know, I'm not new to writing, but everyone's developing You know, I'm not published, so I don't feel like I've got a leg to stand on there. I will be doing videos about how I do things, and you know, if that is a tip for any of you guys, then good job, right? I am quite cliche with the fact that I started writing when I was quite young, but it was through school. We did a thing called Writer's Workshop, and I will talk about that in another video later on. But yes, I started when I was about 5 or 6, and I finished my first book when I was about 7, 8. So it did take a while, and for being a little child, you know, I was quite impressed at the dedication. So like I just said, I wrote my first book when I was between, you know, 6, 7, 8-ish in primary school. If you're American, that's elementary school. And it was like it was a retelling of The Wizard of Oz, kind of, but there was a farmhouse, there was a storm, and then you got transported into this magical realm, but it wasn't Oz. So it was an interesting book, and I'm thinking about rewriting it as a YA story, but we'll see how that goes. God, recycling my old stories from when I was 7, that's interesting. So I think, like most people, J.K. Rowling is just a massive inspiration. She is such an amazing woman in herself, and the Harry Potter series is just wow. Like, it's basically set up, it's rewritten what we think of wizards and witches, you know. They're no longer constantly wearing pointy hats and all have these black cats and warts on their noses, you know. So J.K. Rowling, massive. Currently I'm inspired by Deborah Harkness as well, with her Discovery of Witches series, which I am currently listening to on Audible. But also one of the first book series I started reading is called House of Night. Amazing books. I have got to admit though, I am still like only halfway through the series, but it's so good. It's all about vampires, and it's like a different take on vampires, which I think is really unique. I'll definitely rate it. Go have a look for it. I am very much a write when I have time. I so want to be a person who writes on a schedule though. Like, if I'm so bad to stick into schedules, even though I'm like hyper organised. I don't know. I like planning, I like making schedules, but it's just being able to keep to it, you know. Being an adult sucks. But yeah, the aim is for 2019 to be on a writing schedule, but you know, we'll see how that goes. So when I'm actually writing my novel, I use my computer, which is where I normally am. It's on my desk, it's just in the corner over there, because if you haven't been able to tell, this is my bed. But yeah, so I normally write over on my desk in an amazing system called Scrivener. If you've not looked into it, I recommend it. It's the most amazing thing I've ever seen. I love it. Word ain't got nothing on Scrivener. You know, absolutely amazing. And again, credit to Alexa Dunn, who has opened my eyes to Scrivener. You know, when I'm plotting, planning, organising, whatever you want to call it, I do a bit of both. So like, I've got some here of just, you know, those refill notebooks where it's like so easy to pull them out. I scribble down on them all the time. I've got one by my bed because I'm a night owl, so I often get all my ideas when it's night. Duh. Okay, so that's awkward. Had a little technical difficulty, but like I said, I'm a newbie to this, so I'm just gonna skip to the last question. So I'm most looking forward to being part of a community. You know, I've never really been part of a community, like was never really part of a fandom or anything. I had fangirl moments, but never really part of one. So yeah, you know, getting to know the other AuthorTubers, hopefully, you know, just being a part of it. So thank you for watching, guys. Sorry about the technical issue, kind of awkward. You know, if you're still here, even though I know the video is a little bit long, you know, thank you. Feel free to subscribe, even though there's no other videos at the minute, but they will be coming. I'll try and post once a week, every Monday. And yeah, I hope you guys come back. Until next time, bye.